Good Friday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, three-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, he is so upset today. I'm going to warn you right now, he is pissed. It's all he's talked about all morning. He was texting me last night how he doesn't want to come in. And it's all because Cristiano Ronaldo, after 226 career international matches, he's 40 years old out there, and he hasn't learned anything because he got his first red card ever in international play yesterday, and this gentleman is mad about it. Dale Hillestrate's here, everybody.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, of all the things to open the show with. I mean, come on,
You need
Steve.
to settle down.
I'm sitting here. I can't get over the performance of Oso Ighodaro last night.
From Chandler.
My goodness, Grammy. Come on, Steve. Let's jump on the bandwagon. If you don't get on there quickly, there ain't going to be enough room.
What do you mean? I'm on the bandwagon.
We're moving.
I'm the one that said Suns were going to make the 9 or 10 seed and be in the play-in
No,
games.
I mean, it's higher than that, Steve.
Oh, you're going higher than that. Where are we going?
I've got the horses going, and I don't want to see you run and try and jump off.
I don't jump off. I'm not like these people that claim to be big Arizona sports fans and jump off the bandwagon all the time and try to sell their tickets. And I'm not going to any more games and stuff like that. And this team's off. I'm not watching another game.
Well, hold on.
Bidwell sells the team.
Hold on. Didn't you just get through telling me you were making some phone calls?
No, the difference is there's a difference.
Okay, because one of them is Steve and.
No, the difference is I've been fighting off this head cold and everything, and I got tonight's game. I'm going to go to SEA. The weather's going to be good, so I'm going to go up there. So I'm going to be sitting in the cold tonight.
Not cold, Steve.
The turf at Tatum becomes icy on a Friday night, Dale.
You go all the way up north there. And
yeah.
It's almost like Flagstaff.
I got to pack a lunch to get up there and everything, sandwiches. No, it gets a little chilly at night. I know, because last night I was at a flag football game, and I was like, ooh. A little chilly out here.
Flag football game.
Yeah, one of Autumn's students was playing flag football, and he invited her and stuff, and know the family and stuff like that. So I was like, I'll tag along.
I thought maybe
with you.
Graham had a game last night that I did
does
not
he,
know about.
Does he do the NFL? Well, let me finish this story first. But so I went to that last night. Tonight SCA, tomorrow ASU, and the rain's been pushed back. They say not till tomorrow night for the heavy rains. But I was listening to KTAR this morning, and they had one of the local weather guys on, and he was saying, it might rain early afternoon. So I'm thinking maybe on Sunday might need to be a day where I just need to, recover.
Cuddle under a cover.
Lounge around so I could be here on Monday. The sacrifice is for you guys.
My goodness.
No, if somebody wants them, I'll give them to them. If they don't, we're going to go on Sunday. Yeah, but I'm not looking forward to it. It's not because I'm not a fan and I don't. One, I've seen the Niners play 1,000 times in my life, so it's not like,
this version.
the backup version. Brock Purdy's coming back, but but other than that, still the backup versions.
I don't know.
The Cardinals. Who's playing for the Cardinals? I think I think they even swallowed their pride and called Hillestrate this week.
I don't know. The 49ers got Brock Purdy. They got George Kittle. They got some guy named CMC.
Yeah. No, I don't mind go. I'll go if nobody wants them.
You get to park right by the entrance. You walk up a
See, that's
escalator.
the difference, is I'm not jumping out the bandwagon where I'm like, I'm never going again until Bidwell sells the team, and this team hasn't made the playoff. They made the playoff once in 10 years, and this isn't worth following. I'm not that guy. It's just I have a long weekend. You got to find a break there. I'm not missing the ASU West Virginia game. That's West Virginia, man.
By God, West Virginia.
Yeah, they're playing well right now, too. ASU's catching them at the wrong. They made a quarterback change, and they've been on fire since.
Haven't they won the last two?
Yeah, Houston and then Colorado last week.
Uh-huh.
But then also they've changed their defense to where their defense is geared to stop the run. If I read correctly, I read this yesterday, and then Kenny Dillingham mentioned it this morning in his weekly hit there on the radio. He said number one rushing defense, stopping the rush in the Big 12 the last 3 weeks. Yeah, well, it's good because ASU doesn't have a rushing game unless his name's Jeff Sims. So yeah, no, it'll be a fun game. ASU should win it, but I think it'll be a fun game. you know.
Yeah,
That's why I was thinking. That's why I'm thinking on Sunday, be like, all right, if there's going to be a game I should sit out, it'd be Sunday. I'm not missing tonight against Santan Charter. It's gonna be fun.
Okay. It should be comfortable tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Just as long as you get back to your car before the rain starts.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I don't mind. It's going to be cooler. I don't mind that. You know, I don't mind that side of it. You just put on a jacket or whatever. It's the rain that's worrying me because if I get drenched out there,
well, because
I've already got this head cold.
You're
thing
so
going on.
stinking hard headed. You're not going to wear a poncho.
No, I'm a man. I might be shirtless. I might be up there twirling my shirt in the rain.
Please don't do that.
Oh, I'll be all over the TV while you're watching, Dale. I'll be all over the TV.
It's supposed to be tomorrow, 76 for a high.
You know, I'm just telling you, the rain is supposed to come until the hard rain. The way whoever it was on KTR this morning, I apologize, I don't know the local weather people. He said the hard rains have moved until Saturday afternoon. Late Saturday afternoon or evening time is when the hard rains are going to come, and most of the night and into Sunday morning is what he said.
Right.
But he also said you could get some light rain earlier in the day, like midday.
It says it looks like it might be able to start about 1:30.
Yeah, so we'll still be there.
Or if she blows them out,
I can leave.
Yeah,
You see me running like this. No, that's why. But I'm not abandoning the Cardinals or anything. I've been Cardinals fan since '96, folks. You know how many times I sat in a stadium and watched the 3-win Cardinals play some team out there? I ain't abandoning them now for that reason. So nice try, Dale. Nice try throwing me under the bus there.
I don't know. I just kind of heard you mumbling about trying to trap some 49er fans into buying the ticket.
I'm legitimately like texting people, hey, what are you doing on Sunday? You want to go to the game? And one person's all, you need somebody to go with you? And I was like, no, you misunderstood. I'm excited, though. Jaguars coming to town. I was excited for the Falcons to see Bijan, but their team is god-awful. They're going to have a new head coach again next year.
If things keep going that way, yeah.
I heard an interesting theory on that before we get into local stuff. If Matt LaFleur gets fired in Green Bay because they're not happy with him there, with the way they're playing. And he's from Atlanta, I guess. So if Matt LaFleur does not have a job, Raheem Morris will not have a job either. And they will fire everybody to bring Matt LaFleur down there. And I would argue also, Cardinals, if Matt LaFleur is available, you should not have a coaching staff either because Matt LaFleur should be here. But he's from the Atlanta area, I guess, or he's coached there or something to that effect. He's got a home base there, basically. So I was reading that and talking about that yesterday as well. Like, interesting how the tables can turn. But Atlanta doesn't hire good coaches. Let's be fair about that.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out. We were talking with Holmberg yesterday a little bit. We were trying to figure out the pretenders and the contenders.
Oh, thanks for Holmberg listening to our show earlier this week when we did that too.
And the more I look at that AFC, gosh, that's so confusing.
Yeah.
And then New England goes and wins another one.
Yeah, last night. Yeah.
But yet, if New England played Kansas City in the divisional round,
I'm worried about the Bills right now winning that division.
They might not win. Both Kansas City and Buffalo might end up being wild cards.
Yeah. Well, Kansas City is going to be a wild card.
But would you bet against Buffalo or Kansas City?
That would be the problem. Not in the first round, especially. Not in the first round that they play. Maybe after that.
You'd bet against the Bills if they're playing Indianapolis or New England.
Kansas City, I would not probably. The Bills, though, they scare me. They scare me with how they look. Ugh.
It's
all around their defense and stuff. Yeah. So good job, Holmberg. Way to. If you need any other show stuff, next time don't watch the show. Just text me and I'll send you all the show notes and everything.
Well, maybe he did watch the show,
so he doesn't even have to look at it. Just kidding. Just kidding, John. Just kidding. So lots of stuff out there around the NFL, of course, and everything. But let's start it off first with some good. Let's start off good, Dale.
Oh, locally?
Your Phoenix Suns.
Oh, my goodness.
Eventually, they're going to have to play a good team. But as you said, beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Suns, in my eyes, that power poll that came out this week from Yahoo, where they ranked them 15th, Suns are middle of the NBA team. Period. End of story.
Middle to even, you could
maybe a little bit higher.
Anywhere from probably 12 to 18.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. They will beat the bad. They're like the Arizona Wildcats football. They'll beat the bad teams, and they'll probably lose mostly to the good teams. But they'll beat some of those mid-tier teams with them. They'll probably go back and forth on those guys. But this team right now is something special with the way they're playing. You know what the difference is between this year and the last couple years? Other than the big three that didn't perform and all of that stuff. Take that just aside for a second. It's simple. It hit me last night. Bench play. That's the single difference. Remember 2 years ago when they signed all those guys to, the veteran exceptions and all that stuff, and you don't even remember their names because they were so bad. They ended up trading half of them at the trade deadline and stuff like that. And then last year, we redid our bench. Our bench is better this year, and the bench was garbage again. Yeah, you had Gillespie that came off from time to time, but he didn't get the playing time right. Grayson Allen, when he wasn't starting, would come in and stuff to that effect. But that's the difference between this year's team and the last couple of years' teams. Starters go out. Everybody off the bench, at least one or two people are performing. Everybody's performing, but somebody's coming in and dominating off the bench. And last night, it was Oso's turn.
Well, it's fascinating to me because, again, I think the number one thing is this team loves playing with each other. They love being on the court together. They've done more running in, what are they, 7-5, 12 games?
7-5 now.
7-5.
I believe.
They've done more running in the first 12 games of the season than the Suns team did all last year.
Yeah.
And you can tell the joy with which they have on the court battling for each other. I see them all, the other night it was Grayson Allen going for the 3 record, and everybody on the bench involved, jumping up and down.
Not only the guys in uniform. I mentioned this the other day, but Jalen Green out there talking to him, celebrating with him, and stuff like that. And he's injured. In the past, the injured guy would just be at the end of the bench staring at the wall.
And he like a LeBron, but and Jalen Green hasn't even played with these guys.
He's played a game in
just to tease us.
12 minutes.
Just tease us.
I think this might be a blessing in disguise for the son. His injury, because you're going to be able to just let him heal, but 2, add him into this team the way they're playing.
Be like adding somebody at the trade deadline, get him right after the new year or something.
He showed me in his comeback that he's able to. I was a little worried about that, but he showed me he dropped right into this team and didn't skip a beat. So this might be a blessing in disguise, dare I say it, that if he's out for 2-3 months, and then you drop him in February, you make that playoff push for the play-in game, or like you said, maybe that 8 seed, might be into play depending how the rest of the season goes on that. But the bench play on this, like Grayson Allen last night, didn't even play. Like, we don't need you, Grayson. Come have a seat.
Well, the guy that jumped out last night, and this is what is fascinating to me. So it's Devin Booker just about every night.
Yeah. How's your take going?
To 25 plus. I like the way he's playing with this group.
Yeah.
But it's Devin Booker every night, and then it's
Devin Booker,
and then it's the second guy's rotating in up Grayson Allen the other night. So that's a 3-point shooting record for the Suns. Last night's Dylan Brooks.
Yep.
They just kind of roll around, and then somebody's going to come off the bench and light a fire under them.
Those are just the starters, right? You have 2 or 3 starters every night, and then, like you said, the bench guys. That's the difference. Because the last couple of years, even if the starters played well, they would go to the sideline and the bench would come in and they'd fall on their face.
Yeah.
So that, to me, like I said, there's a lot of differences. But I can appreciate these bench guys from Colin Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin. Like, who's Jordan Goodwin? And all of a sudden, every once in a while, he's having a good game off the bench. It's fun to watch as they move around. Even Malowich got 6 minutes and played 6 minutes 24 seconds and play. At one point, I was like, "Who's that running up and down the court? Oh my God, is that him?"
There are some guys that you see for the first time out there and go, "Hold on."
Well, because you always saw Malowich and Fleming in like the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of the game. Even Fleming got 7 minutes last night as well. And that's good to see because I want to see those guys playing right now. Get them in there and play. Because if you are making a play-in push later on, you're not going to play those guys February, March, April.
No,
Play him now.
but they're getting some floor time now.
That's what
So
I mean.
if you do need them because of an injury or
Yeah.
whatever, but Dylan Brooks, let's take a quick look at him. I mean, I think when he came in here, we all thought, okay, he's an agitator, plays defense,
Yeah.
bugs the other team, bugs the other team's best player,
Mm-hmm.
pain in the rear end.
I considered him a Draymond Green type player.
Yeah.
Not a ton of offense, but he does
No.
all of his stuff off the box score. Is
But-
what I considered him as.
Right. And then you look at him, last night. Now, again, he might not score 32 points for another month, but last night he did.
But he is scoring. He's
Yeah.
getting the rebounds. He's running the floor and stuff to that. Yeah, no, it's impressive they have that game. Draymond Green, even today, does not. Even though when they need him, he doesn't run the floor up and down and dominate on the offensive side from that perspective. So no, he's more than that. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. But that's what's fun about this team. Now it was the Pacers. You got to take a step back and be like, all right, it's the Pacers.
It's an NBA basketball
And they're
team.
god awful there. But this team, like I said, there's 15, maybe 16, 17 teams that this Suns team can beat night in, night out.
Mm-hmm.
Now and like I said earlier in the season, in the preseason, or maybe it was the beginning of the season, I said the Suns will also, like Denver, will probably be like, oh, we're playing the lousy Suns. Now the problem is the way they're playing, that might not happen anymore. But there was a time where I was like, oh, they'll come up and they'll beat like the Nuggets a couple times and once because the Nuggets will rest everybody that night, kind of a deal. But the way the Suns are playing, they might not. But the other thing the Suns are doing that a lot of other teams aren't doing is the Suns are running, and that's fun to watch. NBA players, especially the good teams, they don't want to run this early. They don't care. Like you guys go score that easy basket. We'll be back here.
Well, especially
advantage of it.
big men.
Yeah.
And our big men. Now again, Mark Williams not playing last night. There was rumors that he was not going to play back to backs because of injury concerns, but heck, he could have played 12 minutes last night.
Welcome to the NBA. Gotta rest, guys.
But
know.
I mean, Nick Richards played 4 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it was a back-to-back situation.
Yeah.
Because
But again,
but then it wasn't an away. It was an away and then home back-to-back on top. Those are worse than a home and home back-to-back because you have to get on a plane and
the other thing is,
sleep.
I bet on those teams that have not been good, and then all of a sudden, boom, you start getting on a little roll. Then your confidence starts to grow. Then it becomes more fun, and you look forward to games. And that's what you're seeing with this. I'm not saying they're going to go out and win 55 games. But
you said it. The 10 seeds, the 9 to 10 seeds, too low to have your eyes on.
I got to say, if they
You
go 40 and 42, 42 and 40, 41, 41,
they'll be fighting for that 8
and
seed.
they're going to be fun to watch.
I should look it up. What was the
Record of the
what was the 6 seed record last year? I should have looked that up because that actually is a good point. Because that's kind of where you have to aim for this year. They're generally about the same area that you're looking at from that side. I'm not saying they're going to get the 6 seed, but I'm just saying, what is that to kind of have in the back of your head of where they need to be at to make the playoffs. So if they win 36, 37 games, They'll be fighting for that 10 seed, just like the Suns of last year were doing with their 36 wins. They had a chance to get that 10 seed last year, which I know was a disappointment. So 36 wins for the Suns, you're in the conversation for a play-in game, which with this team, nobody expected them to be there and stuff like that. It's going to be, so what are the other levels that you could be looking at? And I know, like I said, it's bad teams they're playing right now. I get all that stuff. And everything, but the way this team is playing, unless major things happen, like losing a Devin Booker for a long period, something to that, this team is going to be competitive. And it's fun
Okay,
to
so
see.
last year,
Yep.
to get the 6th seed, which would mean you're not in the play-in tournament, the 6th seed, the Timberwolves went 49 and 33.
Okay. I was going to say 45, so
49.
49.
That might be a little out of reach.
That's out of reach.
But the 10th seed, the Mavericks, were 39 and 43.
I mean, Suns were in that conversation
Yeah.
until the last few games, and they had 36 wins last year.
They finished 1-9.
Yeah, exactly. And so, so 39. So they need to get to 39 or so to get that 10th seed.
Yes.
What's the difference between 39 and 49, Dale? Not that much. Just saying.
39 and 49?
Yeah, that was the 6. That's
Yeah.
what
That's a lot of games.
That's 10 games. That's got it, baby. Let's do it. I have faith in Devin Booker.
I'm just looking forward.
Unlike some of us,
I
have faith in Devin Booker.
Oh, shut up. Wishy-washy.
I've just said he's changed. He's not the player he was before, but he's gotten that back. He's got that.
Yes. He's got
swagger.
the joy, the fun of playing basketball back because of the group he's around.
He even said it like a week or so ago. I heard him say it on some interview thing where he said, I'm rejuvenated. Like, I want to be out there and playing now.
When you're around these young guys, when you're around the young guys, you get energized.
I mean, like I said, and ultimately it doesn't matter because, I mean, this is Oklahoma City's championship to lose again this year, right? So, but have some fun. Let's go have some fun out there. Get through the season. I didn't see, what was the crowd like last night? I didn't pay attention to that with the Pacers.
I was going back between the football game and that game, and then there's technical difficulties. And
I heard about it. I wasn't watching at that time. I had the radio on at that time because I was driving. But I heard that. Somebody tripped on a cord? Somebody unplugged something? What happened?
Oh, is this a high school broadcast?
So my question for you is, Graham Tate does flag football. Is he doing the NFL flag football or is it some other league?
It must be the NFL because every team has NFL names.
Okay, so and it says NFL on the back. Okay, because that's what I went to last night. That is a well-run, the NFL sanctioned one.
Yeah,
that's a well-run league, man. They have the refs are like their kids, but I mean it was well-run. Like nobody misbehaves because they'll just throw you out. A team will lose if you misbehave. That was fun. I was actually impressed with the way they run it because normally those things, they can be kind of run off shot. Like it was regiment on a schedule.
Yes.
Like we were told to start at 7. So we were just like sitting in the car, and they're like, "Oh, we're starting in 1 minute." I was like, "It's 6:50. What do you mean you're starting in 2 minutes?" We're like running over there and whatever. But it's a well-oiled machine. I was really impressed with that NFL flag football program. And then they have the girls that were playing as well and all of that. That's what I just want to say that was impressive.
They have boys and girls. It starts, they have 5U, 6U,
I know
7U.
A 10U was the highest one I saw last night.
Yeah, and I think it actually, because it's interesting because sometimes, the field that he plays on, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields.
I want to say that sounds like maybe there was 6 last night. And last night was the playoffs. So.
And you could see there's some kids that are like real athletes that look like they're 12, 13.
I mean, we're dealing with 4th graders here because that's what Autumn teaches and everything. So however old you are in 4th grade, I don't know. But no, there was like the kid we were watching was super tiny, but he was fast.
Yeah.
And then you have that one kid that's like, towering, like he's like looking me in the eyes. He's got a mustache.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, but it was amazing to see that level and everything. So, but there was on the another field, there was a family there and they celebrated the touchdowns like nobody celebrates touchdowns. Like they were well into it and they had a cowbell. They scored a touchdown. You just hear this.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay. Parents celebrate all you want, but my God, a cowbell? Really?
Oh, well, what are we in Mississippi?
But that was fun last night. It was well organized. 45 minutes, boom, you out of there,
right?
And everything. So I was impressed with the organization and the way it ran. So if you have young kids out there and they want to get into football, man, look into that. That was really impressive how it's organized, how it's run, and I don't know the stuff with the coaches and how that works and stuff. But everybody, I was even looking at the sideline at one point, and parents all had smiles on their faces. A lot of time you go to kids' stuff. Like I remember like Ireland softball. There's a lot of grumpy looking people to be there. Parents were like all smiling on the sideline and all everything. It was a different environment than I was expecting. So if you have young kids, is what I'm saying is I definitely look into that NFL flag football thing because it was impressive. And then last night I was like, is this what Dale's grandkids are in?
Yeah, grandkid, yeah.
Well, I mean, get Beckett lined up on that stuff.
Well, she's only 3. Come on, Steve.
Start him early.
Come on, Stevie.
Oh, and by the way, Dale, I volunteered your services.
Oh, you did?
The kid we went to see was snapped every once in a while, and his snaps were a little high. So I told him next year, because they lost, so they're out done with the season now.
Oh.
And I told him next year, I said, next year, I'm gonna get you set up. We're gonna teach you to get those snaps a little bit lower.
So I'm going to teach you, and then you're going to go teach him?
No, I'm just gonna skip the middleman.
Oh, all right.
I'm just gonna skip the middleman. So I volunteered your services for next year. No, it was just one of those where he was just looking down, so the ball was just popping up too high. And if the ball hits the ground in that lane, it's down.
Yes, you're down.
So the poor quarterback a couple times was like trying to catch it. It just went too high, So I was just thinking about the oversnap. I was like, I know somebody else that did that for the Ravens a couple playoff games. So you're not alone, kid.
So I played 250 NFL games, and you remember one.
You try to cost my Ravens playoff win at that time. Yeah.
No, that's a regular season win.
No, you did in the playoffs too, didn't
No.
you? The first playoffs. Oh, you didn't in the playoffs?
No.
Oh, I thought it was the first
Get
game
out
of the playoffs that you
Get
did
out
that.
of here.
Oh, look at him. He gets all.
Boy, oh boy.
Dale's everybody. Dale here, everybody. Should go back and find those clips, but yeah, your son's fantastic. Fantastic watching him. If you're not on the Autumn last night, goes, you got to get on the Suns bandwagon.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just have no desire. And then last night I was just watching him, and I was like, all right, this is kind of fun. Let's get into this.
Well, now that Steve's on, there's not a whole lot of room, so you better hurry up. My horses stopped running once you jumped on.
Like add a couple more horses. Get bigger wheels. Get bigger wheels out there.
No, I'm partly having a little bit of fun, but again, if this team wins 40 games, 38 to 42 games, and plays like this all year, it's going to be a fun season in Phoenix.
And it's going to be a win. Well, that's a nice thing also. Isn't it nice to have a team with zero expectations and at least so far outperforming them?
Yeah.
And now I hear all these people saying, well, they had this record last year too. They started 9-1, 9-2 or whatever.
Yeah, I remember
and then they were
money.
Yeah, and then they were 9-5 at one point. Everybody's like, oh no. Yeah. And this year it's like they're going to be 9-5 if they win the night. And everybody's like, oh my God, they're going to be 9-5. So isn't it nice? Just having no expectations and outperforming them at that level. They have the Hawks on Sunday. Trae Young. Is Trae Young even playing right now? I don't even know. Trae Young and the Hawks will just say coming to town on Sunday is their next game. And that's the thing. Now, Trailblazers are good. They can, which actually shocks me a little bit. Because when you lose your head coach in unknown fashion quickly, you think there'd be some hiccups with the team. Now,
right.
Same coaching staff otherwise, but and things like that.
Well, you lose DeAndre Ayton. I mean, how do you recover from that?
I mean,
Suns never did.
Ayton's rejuvenated down there in Los Angeles.
In La La Land.
He's we'll see when LeBron comes back if he still is. But yeah, so you have the Trailblazers on Tuesday. That'll be a more difficult game. Then you got the Timberwolves. That's the next NBA Cup game for the Suns. They're 1-1 in the NBA Cup right now.
Who did they lose to?
You know what? This is what's funny. I go, the Suns have only played one NBA Cup game. This was yesterday when me and Autumn were at dinner before we went to the thing. I was like, no, they've only played one NBA Cup game. And I looked up the NBA Cup schedule, and it said they were 1-1. It had to have been one of those road games because they've only played one at home. Yeah, one NBA Cup game at home. But yeah, so the next home game will be next Friday. They play Tuesday, Friday next week against the Timberwolves. That'll be the NBA Cup. And then their final one won't be until November 26th. That'll be on the road at the Kings for the Suns as well. So, yeah, it was weird. Let me see if it'll say it here. The Jazz, that was the first one against the Jazz. You know what? It doesn't even list another one here. But when I looked, okay. I swear to God, I looked it up yesterday at the restaurant, and it said they were 1-1 in Emirates Cup play. But yeah, you're right. I only see one because I was like, well, it must have been on the road, and I must have missed it or something, not paid attention to it. So yeah, according to what I'm looking at right now, they're not because they have the Timberwolves coming up, the Kings coming up. Yeah, because you only have 4 teams in each conference, so that makes sense. NBA.com lied to me. They lied to me. The NBA Cup lied to me.
Yeah.
Folks. Right now, I'm looking at the standings again today.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's 1-0. They changed it today.
No, they didn't, Steve. You were probably trying to look through taco juice and you thought you saw one.
I got the sampler yesterday.
Where at?
It's a place called, I always forget the name of it, but it's at Williams Gateway Airport. It's one of those restaurants that is like right off the runway. So you see the private planes pull up and the people walk off of them and everything. Right on the runway there. The good burger, excellent burgers. Their French dip is to die for as well. Last night I went with the sampler though. Wings, chips, and spinach dip. And it had a Southwestern egg roll, which I wasn't a fan of. I don't like those. But it's a good little place, man. It's a brewery.
Huh.
So pilots can get hocked up on beer before they go hop on their plane. You should come out to my side of the town and go to that,
yeah. I drive out there as little as possible. I drive Brooke out there and pick her up once.
When you were when you're going to Red Mountain, I'm like, dude, I'm 10 minutes down the road. And you're like, oh, that's too far.
Yeah.
I can't go another 10 minutes.
Then I could drive to Williamsburg Airport for dinner.
So negative on stuff. I'm going all the way to Turfontainham tonight. That's an hour drive from my house, 50 minutes from my house.
Where are you guys eating tonight?
I don't know if we'll have time. I got an appointment at 3:30 and at 4 in Chandler. So I don't know how long those are going to go. And then I got to go home, bundle up, get on them, and then head up there. So it depends on those appointments if we'll have time to eat or not. If not, we'll have those tasty burgers there at the Turfontainham.
Yeah, support SCA. That money goes to the Booster Club.
I support them enough, Dale.
Yeah, you take shirts, hats.
Those were offered to me, and I actually did ask him. I said, "How much do we owe you for this?"
Windbreaker.
Wait, there's windbreakers? Mike, you're holding windbreakers from me?
Hoodies.
Wait, what? There's hoodies? Mike, where's the hoodie at? I need the hoodie as well. So it'll be fun to see tonight as well. So, hey, let's take our first break here. Come on back as well. And, when we come back on Monday, Sun's going to have that 8th win of the season.
Who do they have? The Hawks?
The Hawks.
Oh, Sunday,
Hawks.
So they get 3 nights off?
Yeah. And then next week, Tuesday, Friday on top of it.
They beat the Hawks like silly putty.
I don't disagree. I agree with you on that. The win streak continues. I even think they'll beat the Timberwolves. I think their big test is going to be the Timberwolves, and that's because of a size issue with them and their defensive stuff. I'm not saying they won't win that one, but it's something to pay attention to. Right now, your Suns are in the 7th seed, folks, so that 6th seed's not out of touch, Dale. It's right there for the taking.
Not even looking at that, Steve. It'll all take care of itself.
And you know who's in front of them? By the way, Suns are 8-5. By the way, we missed the game, but the Timberwolves 1 spot ahead of them. You could take that 6th seed from the Timberwolves next Friday.
Be a little bit different if this was
great.
April.
You got to reach up and just go, give me that 6th seed.
Early May.
Come on back, folks. The main event. And we're back here, Main Event Friday, folks. Looks like we got some rain headed our way this weekend and into next week. So, man, we get a lot of rain lately as well.
You know, it had rain in 6 weeks, Steve. What are you talking
Gonna have
about?
to float away. Float away out there. Other thing besides the Suns that's kind of good out there is Padres might be sold.
Why is that good?
No, it's actually terrible because you can get a high-priced owner in there that's willing to spend a lot more money than the previous guy was willing to sell. And, you know, he of course, passed away, and so his kids have taken over. No, it could be actually disastrous for the Diamondbacks because you can get another high-money guy because Padres sell out. They get a lot of fan support there in San Diego, and they get that money as well. This could end up badly for the Diamondbacks if they do sell, is all I'm saying. You get one of those rich people up there from the L.A. area, and they go down and buy in San Diego and just take a helicopter to all the games, and it could be bad. Could get a cheapskate, you know, that wants to unload all the people like Tatis and that $850 million infield. But I suspect more of people are going to, the guy that buys it is going to be one of those, I bought it, I'm going to win. We're going to win, baby. Let's spend a ton of money. Here's the question for you. This shocked me a little bit because NFL teams don't come up for sale very often. The basketball teams don't come up for sale very often. Hockey teams rarely come up for sale unless, you know, you're forced to sell like the Coyotes situation and everything. But 4 Major League Baseball teams have been sold just in this decade since 2020. 4 of them. Can you name them, Dale? 3 AL, 1 National League. That does not include the Padres. Seattle, no. Seattle's had that same since Nintendo sold them. Seattle's had the
Tampa
same
Bay?
obviously, Tampa Bay. They just sold this year. They're moving back to Tropicana next year. I read that's all done, so or will be done. So they're moving back to Tropicana next year. But they have that new owner who's going to build a new stadium supposedly. Yeah, Tampa Bay Rays. Yep. So you got 1 AL. You need 2 more ALs and then 1 National League.
I have no clue.
Orioles last year.
Okay.
That was silently done, but that was done at that point. I don't remember this. The Royals were sold in 2020. I do not remember that at all.
Okay.
The Glass family doesn't own the Royals anymore. That kind of shocked me. But I forget, the Mets were sold in 2020. Doesn't it seem like that guy's owned the Mets for a lot longer than 5 years? Steve Cohen.
Kind of seems like it.
Doesn't it? But yeah, it was only 2020. I wouldn't have guessed Royals and Mets in that because I'm thinking Mets were, you know, before that time frame.
How much does a Major League Baseball team go for?
You know what? That's a good question. The Rays went for a lot. Let me look that up here real quick.
Because obviously we know what football teams and stuff like that will go for. We've seen basketball teams, but I don't remember seeing a number for baseball teams.
No, it would differ because do you own the stadium? Do you not
Right.
own the stadium?
Right.
Stuff like that. That's why the Cowboys are so. It's because Jerry Jones owns the stadium. That's the city doesn't own it like here, you know.
Right.
The Cardinals don't own State Farm Stadium. They're a leaser there. That actually like the county or whoever owns it. Tampa Bay Rays sold for $1.7 billion.
Okay.
So not even close to the football side of things at all. So, but Stu Steinberg bought the Tampa Bay Rays in 2004 for $200 million. So 20 years of ownership, and they went from $200 million to $1.7 billion.
That's not a bad ROI, Stevie.
But the Mets, didn't the Mets go for in 2020? Didn't the Mets go for like $2 billion or something? I'm going to look that up here because that was 2020 time frame. Yeah, $2.4 billion. So it depends on your market.
Yes. Well, no doubt about that. TV contracts.
Yeah, well, SNY, don't forget about that, you know, and stuff like that. So it depends. Well, Tampa Bay's got a stadium issue too, so I'm sure that pushes it down a little bit from that. So that was a record back then in 2020 was that $2.4 billion as well for them. So, yeah, so Padres could be there. But the controversy around baseball, I now know, Dale, why Major League Baseball does not announce their awards until nobody's watching is because the baseball writers of America are stupid morons.
Really?
Stupid morons.
What do you have an issue with?
Dude, Judge over the big dumper for MVP. Get out of here with that trash. Get out of here with that garbage. Judge had a good year, like Judge always has a good year.
So you're one of those that say spread it around.
No, you mean to tell me Cal Raleigh did not deserve the MVP this year in the AL? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not saying that he didn't, but I'm saying it was a legitimate question, and neither one of us have sat down and went number by number by number.
I did it yesterday.
You did not.
Well, somebody else did it. I looked it up. Well, here's the problem. Cal Raleigh is the only MLB player to hit 60 home runs for a playoff team and not win the MVP. Because that means something. You win. MVPs come from winning teams unless you're Ohtani with the Angels and stuff like that. But don't forget, Cal, plays catcher. Way more demanding than the outfield.
No doubt.
Game in, game out. And his coach even said he will play 182 games if we let him. We have to get him out of there, right? But he led Major League Baseball in home runs as a catcher. He led the American League in RBIs as a catcher. Most home runs ever by a catcher, obviously, at that point. Most home runs by a switch hitter last year. Single season home run leader, and that's just the home run stats that you got for everybody.
Right.
Aaron Judge, plays for the Yankees. That's the difference. 17 first place votes for Judge, 13 second place votes, 13 first place votes for Cal, 17 second place votes for him. The difference was 4 votes. The interesting thing about this vote that I got also, because instantly you go East Coast bias. The East Coast is Yankees fans, all of that stuff. The East Coast, Boston, New York even, all voted for Cal.
Really?
One New York voter voted for Cal. One New York voter voted for Judge. The upper Midwest is what slid it to Judge, which kind of shocks me a little bit.
Yeah. You would think that the Midwest would be going for the small market guy.
Yes. So it was kind of shocking on Judge is an MVP candidate. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
But what Cal did sets him apart.
It was historic.
You're not going to see it again.
Most likely not.
And Judge should win what's the award that is it Jackie Rob the hitting award? I forget who that's named after. The hitting award, Judge should win that one because Judge was the better hitter overall than Cal was. But this is last time I checked, most valuable player.
And Seattle probably doesn't make the playoffs.
They do not.
Cal.
Not probably. They do not make the playoffs without Cal. Yankees. They may not have been as good, but Judge did not put them to another stratospheric level like Cal did. That's my problem with that. Baseball Writers of America should be abolished if you're not going to take this job seriously. That's all I'm going to say. The worst part is baseball writers think they're all hoity-toity. They're like, oh, I keep the stats, and I'm a baseball writer, and they think they're all high and mighty, and then you do stupid stuff like this. No shocker that Ohtani won the National League. I mean, he's winning that award until just he misses a season. But
right.
Perdomo got a lot of second place votes.
Finished 4th in the voting.
Yeah, but a lot of second place votes in that side. Even Corbin, I almost said Corbin Burns.
Corbin Carroll.
Corbin Carroll even was he 7th?
Yeah, won somebody 7th and then somebody 22nd.
That was Marte, if I remember correctly.
Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte were 22nd.
The interesting thing about that is this. Okay, why do you bring back? Okay, I got to phrase this properly. You bring back this coaching staff. You had 3 players win Silver Slugger awards. You have 3 players in the MVP voting, even if you want to say 22, but they're in the voting side of things. And this team couldn't make the playoffs, Dale.
Their pitchers got hurt, Steve.
Find me another team that has 3 guys that won Silver Sluggers Three guys that were in the MVP voting on one team, and tell me where they finished in the standings. But yeah, we didn't underperform at all.
Wow. So somehow you're going to take this and turn it into a negative.
No, it's not.
Yes, you are. Downer.
They turned it into a negative, not me.
Louise.
I didn't miss the playoffs with that much talent on a team. I didn't miss it. So congratulations, Baseball Writers of America. Good job. Oh, a Yankee. Now I'm seeing all this stuff. Oh, Derek Jeter never won three. Derek Jeter didn't win 2 in a row. Derek Jeter didn't do this. Derek Jeter didn't do that. I have no idea what Derek Jeter won. But they're like, oh, you're Derek Jeter. Oh, Aaron Judge is one of the greatest Yankees of all time now. And it's just like everybody settle down. I like Aaron Judge a lot until playoffs come. Then he turns into you and me playing outfield when the playoffs show up. But regular season, any other year, I'd have no problem with him winning it.
Yeah.
Except for this
year. The
year.
more I think about it, I just out of the nostalgia, history, small market, all those things, the Dumpers should have gotten it.
Yeah, they were a game away from making the World Series.
Yeah.
I know it's not a postseason deal, but it's because of a lot of what he did out there as well, right? By the way, they didn't just win the American League with RBIs, had 125 RBIs on top of it. That's not valuable to your team. You score the most runs out there as well. Like I said, forget about the pitch hitter. It's just home runs, RBIs. You don't get more valuable if you score a lot of those. If you do a lot of those too. In Major League Baseball.
And you play catcher. So
well,
you're involved
then you factor in the pinch hitting stuff, you factor in the catcher stuff, and all of that, and it just looks even worse in my eyes. Now, Judge had a better batting average. Aaron Judge was batting .400 for a lot of the season. People don't know that. I think he finished at .331, so he was better there. I think his on base percentage was better, and things to that effect. But again, take Cal off this is how I look at it. Take Cal off the Seattle and take Aaron Judge off the Yankees. Seattle's taking a bigger dip than the Yankees are.
No doubt about it.
That's your MVP right there. But I don't think they know. I think the problem is baseball writers, ironically enough, don't know what valuable means. Which is weird because they're writers. They should know words.
Well, how many times have you seen a guy from a third-place team get voted MVP?
Well, that's my other issue, number 2.
Yeah.
The MVPs generally come, unless you're just way above everybody else. If Cal's name was Ohtani, he would have won that MVP. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Can't argue there.
It's because his nickname's a big dumper. They're holding it against him, and he plays in Seattle.
Come on, that's a great nickname.
I don't disagree, but the Baseball Writers of America and their snootiness don't think so. They eat nachos with forks, Dale. And prongs because they don't want to get their hands all dirty. They have somebody else shred the wing meat off of their wings so they can eat it with a fork, so they can be one with the man. Hot dogs, no hot dogs for me.
Do they cut their hot dogs with a fork?
Probably.
And a knife?
Probably. Yeah. Yes. Most likely. They don't do it. Other people cut it for them up because they're too dainty to do it. Oh, I don't catch my own food up. They cut the crust off of their sandwiches. They do a triangle across the middle and cut the crust off of it. Only the freshest jams and berries are allowed for the Baseball Writers of America.
Wow.
The weird part is they all talk like an old 1920 radio guy. So there's the disservice in Major League Baseball. That's why they do the awards so late. They tried to hide the stupidity of the baseball writers. That's why they don't do the Hall of Fame. So they hide the Hall of Fame is they're embarrassed by what the people vote. That is what it is. I am now convinced Major League Baseball goes, they're going to screw it up. Let's just hide it to where nobody will see it.
You announce your MVPs when there's Thursday Night Football, there's NFL, there's NBA, there's hockey, there's college football.
If it wasn't an upset with Judge winning it, I don't know if I would have saw it last night. That was on Twitter, but I don't know if I would have seen it.
Right.
Otani. Here's the other weird thing. Otani popped up as an alert on my phone. The AL one did not.
Huh.
Again, if Cal's name was Otani, and he was they hit his gambling scandal, that would have been all the news last night. How much do you think Otani won by betting that he'd win the MVP this year?
Speaking of that, you see there's 14
Isn't it 15?
charged in mafia-backed betting ring
Yeah.
involving athletes, mostly college.
All college kids. So the college gambling will never surprise me.
Multi-million-dollar illegal sports betting ring.
Yeah. The now athlete college gambling would surprise me more today than it would have in the past, because college kids, right? You're starving. You can only get one bagel for breakfast the team can give you, or they break rules. You don't have a lot of money. You're at college playing football and all that. That wouldn't surprise me. You get to professional levels, and I'm like, all right, that's shocking. But even now today, with the way it is, but yeah, no, this ain't going away, man. Did you see the NFL now is restricting basketball? Did it this year, so you cannot tell me that the NBA did not know Terry Rozier, the allegations against Terry. They're pretending, we investigated him, we cleared him. You can't tell me they didn't know he was doing stuff, because why would you go to your gambling partners and say, hey, no more individual parlays, please? Right? Because you knew what was there. You tried to sweep it under the rug, and the FBI caught you doing that and everything to that effect. Now the NFL's going to the gambling people and saying cut back on prop bets as well. Major League Baseball's done it now, so they know what the problem is.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna say this right now. NBA obviously just got hit with it. Dare I say Otani, but there is a Major League Baseball. There obviously the Guardian situation, stuff like that they've been hit with. There might be more. Who's going to come out on the NFL side? Is the NFL just getting ahead of this, Dale? I don't think so. I'm wondering if there's rumors of some people behind the scenes that the NFL's like, we're looking this way, but knock it off. We're looking this way.
I just can't imagine that they've infiltrated the NBA and Major League Baseball and nothing's happened in football.
A practice league kid that's fighting for his life, making whatever the league minimum is there, right? And not a practice lead, but heck, say a practice squad kid that gets called up every once in a while. He knows he's only got a year. He's fighting for his life on that practice squad for year two. Somebody comes in and goes, Kyler Murray playing this weekend?
Well, and sometimes you're in a conversation that, with somebody who's a friend or whatever, and you'll just mention it.
Well, you wouldn't get in trouble for that.
You wouldn't, but if that guy went and told somebody else.
But the player wouldn't get in trouble for that either.
I don't think so.
Because he's like, no, I was just talking to my buddy, and now obviously I know not to. But that would be questionable there. But yeah, the NFL is restricting prop bets now on the FanDuel, DraftKings.
I could see within a year or two that almost all prop bets going away.
Oh, if you want to do business with these leagues, meaning FanDuel, DraftKings, and those guys, absolutely. That's how they're putting the pressure on them. But the non-affiliated ones, they don't have to listen.
Yeah.
Better and Caesars and those ones, they don't have to listen. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem that I have with this. So you restrict prop bets on those sites, the popular sites. All you're doing is pushing it underground. You know how these people are getting caught? These sites are turning them in. Vegas turns you in.
Oh, yeah.
FanDuel turns you in. If you're not doing prop bets anymore, they're going to those offshores and they're going to those shady things to do it. You're not going to catch it as much.
Now that the 14 guys, some crime ring is mostly offshore stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this is going to be another thing. The biggest problem about this, the NBA's had allegations of cheating for years. Going all the way back to Patrick Ewing in the draft, right? But the problem is you are legitimately hurting the authenticity of your sport, and that's going to turn people off if people are going to think games are rigged. I think that's what's hurt the NBA over the years. NFL doesn't have that now. You see some of that creeping in with some of the official calls, but nothing like stuck there as well. But yeah, Joseph Little Joe Perna oversaw a network of bookmaking operations. God, you gotta love mafia names.
I wonder how big Little Joe
Yeah, exactly.
is.
He's probably 6'4", 350 pounds. They did not identify the colleges or the sports that were involved. Wouldn't that be great if this is like lacrosse?
I don't think multi-million dollars.
What if this was swimming, Dale? We find out that they're fixing swimming matches. The NCAA, hey, have no fear, people. The NCAA did say they're investigating the situation. So if there's anything true to life that you can, death, taxes, and the NCAA investigates things properly. The weird thing about it to me is the mafia is going to these legal sites to do all that stuff. That's how they're getting caught. The baseball one was because they were paying him, off of the winnings, but they were going and doing irregular betting at real casinos. It throws up those red flags,
right?
So the UFC thing that just happened, same thing. The mafia or whoever it was going in and placing abnormal bets on a guy that was favored to win in the first round.
Right.
And some watchdog groups like, whoa, hold up here. What's this? That's my only problem with knocking that stuff off is you're pushing it underground again. And then we're going to go back to the Headache Smith type stuff.
Well, it sounds like the mafia is alive and well.
That's the other thing. I thought the mafia was pretty much done.
Does not sound like it. Especially in the sports world.
We're hearing a lot about it now. Maybe they don't do garbage stuff anymore and importing and exporting. Maybe that's just illegal gambling. That's just I don't know. Gambling's going to ruin everything. Gambling and replay are going to ruin everything.
Well, replay's not going away. Well, maybe gambling's not going away.
Well, what I mean by that is you got to peel it back. Like, it's bad enough if you're like, oh, Pacers are going to cover last night, and you get to somebody there, and and late in the game they're hawking up threes to make sure that they cover or something to that effect. That's one thing. The player props are the thing that are the most dangerous in my eyes. Hey, Rozier, I got you at under 12 assists tonight. All right. Well, looks up. I'm at 11 assists. All right. Oh, turnover. Oh, ball slipped out of my hand. Oh, shoot.
Oh, no. My hamstring's cramped.
Well, that was what got him in trouble was said he was going to play under or over a certain amount of minutes.
Right.
And pulled his hamstring, so he'd leave the game in the first quarter and hit that under. Yeah, that does what worries you more, those individual prop bets and things like that, because that's more prone. The more people you have involved, the more possible. If it's just two people, one guy, and like a Terry Rozier situation, throw this bet. You're gonna play this amount of minutes, and you're done. Who's gonna know about that unless the player or that one guy does it?
Or that one guy bets $1 million on it.
That's the only way to catch it at that point. But if it's a team thing, hey, then 12 people have to be involved. The chances of somebody not blowing the whistle on that's another story.
It's got to. You've got to target individuals.
Yeah, and that's where the player prop thing is way more. Like this pitcher thing in Cleveland. I mean, I look at it and I go, this is ingenious. One bad pitch, any guy makes $5,000. Okay. I throw bad pitches all the time. I'll throw one on purpose. And you get $5,000 for doing it. And then you're like, ooh, that's pretty ingenious. I don't think that way. I would never be like, hey, third inning. Throw 6 balls in that inning. You mean to tell me pitchers can't do that?
Yeah, and so the scary thing is if you really stop and think about it, how deep does this go?
I've always been that's one of the few conspiracy theories that I deeply believe in. Gambling is so deep into sports that it would blow your mind if you knew. Nobody has any idea how deep it goes. Even that ref scandal in the NBA. Even the Ohtani thing. That goes way deeper than we'll ever know. Because it hit that, they took it to the level they needed to, tied that up in a nice little bow, and we'll never know how bad that actually was at that point.
And it went away.
Yep, and then quietly just away.
Yeah.
The NBA tried to get rid of the Terry Rozier. We all forgot about that. That was 2023, and we all forgot about it.
Well, now you look at it, and it's like, if they investigated 2023, and now that it came out, the FBI got involved. I still haven't heard anything in the last 3 weeks about the two of them.
I know. We just the Portland coach. I just forgot his name. He got released from jail, and that's it. Now it's got to go through the court process and stuff like that. But aren't things being filed? And
You would think you'd hear something.
yeah, aren't things being filed? And now, these leagues
Pretty
sweep
powerful.
it under the. I just got excited because I just got a notification that Hendricks retired from Major League Baseball. And I got all excited because I thought they meant Ken Kendrick. Speaking of Diamondbacks. Come on back, folks. Second hour main event coming up
Football!
next. Football Friday. Let's do it. And we're back here, second hour main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum. And of course, we have 17-year NFL veteran Dale Hellestrae here to my right. Are you on my right on the screen too? You are. This is my right. Second hour main event. Like, subscribe, our free podcast system. Hey, find the go to and search for the TME Sports Show as well on YouTube. Find us up on YouTube for this. All the shows we produce here as well are up there, including The Real Matrix, which you just saw the commercial there for it. It's big following here on Robot TV on demand. And hit or miss here on the YouTube channel, but that is there. Even people have found, I haven't advertised the free podcasting of The Real Matrix at all, and people are finding that and listening to that as well. So get in there with the Real Angry Patriots, and occasionally Dale Hellestrae's on an episode there, open your eyes to what's happening in the world, Dale. New episode 8 is up. They come out every Wednesday at noon, so check that out on demand now as well. And Pit Stop on hiatus until February. We'll do some shows as big news comes up. We got the big lawsuit coming up there in NASCAR. NASCAR unveiling the new Chevy Camaros today. Look pretty sharp there for the Chevy
Hold on,
drivers.
what's the lawsuit? Tell us, people who don't just watch people making left turns for 3 hours.
Watch the Pit Stop there. Michael Jordan's team, 2311 Front Row Motorsports, is suing NASCAR over antitrust allegations and stuff like that. Yeah, that lawsuit comes up December 1st, I think, is the lawsuit date. So we'll do shows based off of that, but in terms of like actual planned shows, come back in February for that coming up as well. And then, of course, McCollum on business. With the markets, yesterday was a bad sell-off day Dale called me at one point and said, "Should I sell everything?" And I was like, "Maybe."
Wow.
Maybe. I think the Dow ended up down like 600 points yesterday.
Why? Because somebody went to the bathroom?
Yeah, exactly. Didn't like the way it sounded when I flushed. Today, though, Dow's down another 352 points right now, but NASDAQ's up 2 points, so we're getting a little bit of a buy-bow. But 3 days down here for the stock market this week. A lot of it, the government shutdown gave them a bump on Monday with that ending, supposedly ending there as well. But a lot of it is just sell-off mode. AI is considered to be overpriced. All the markets are hitting, a record levels. And I think people are just taking their money. Bitcoin this morning was at 96,000. Hadn't been below 100,000 for any length of time other than a few seconds since June. So sell-off in Bitcoin and those cryptocurrencies also happening lately as well. So for everybody that bought it at 120, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon set to retire in January. There you go, folks. New leader in Walmart coming up.
What does that have to do with football, Steve?
Has to do with McCollum on Business coming up at live at 11 o'clock, folks.
Do you have any good news?
Well, some good games this weekend.
No. What about business-wise? Any good news?
Not the last 3 days. Not really.
Jeez, Steve.
It's not me. I don't make the business news.
Yeah, but you can make it. You can spin it into a positive.
It
might be a good time to buy.
I'm positive you're losing a lot of money right now.
It might be a good time to buy.
It probably is a good time to buy. The question is, how low is it going to go? That's what you got to know. Because if you buy today,
it goes down tomorrow,
and it goes down again tomorrow, 300 points. You should have waited till tomorrow. If we all knew that,
well, that's why we watch
rich.
you.
We'd all be rich if we knew that. We'd all be rich if we knew that. You guys, I would not be sitting here, Dale, if I had that information. StubHub, this is one company I would love to see go out of business just because I hate those aftermarket ticket people. StubHub stock's down 24%. That's a positive for me because I hate the ticket resellers like StubHub. They rip you off they do nothing but create a website and they charge 10% on the seller and however much on the buyer. And just make money for your efforts and your stuff like that. So, yeah, 24% down for StubHub today. It couldn't have happened to a better company out there in my eyes. So, there you go for sports. That's some positive news.
Okay.
Maybe we can get rid of those types of sites that charge that much. SeatGeek charges 10% when you sell your Cardinals tickets. They charge you, the seller, 10%. I don't know what the buyer gets charged.
Well, they're making money on both sides.
All of those guys are. Even the ones like PickTick doesn't charge. PickTick out there doesn't charge the buyer any percentage points, but they charge the seller a higher percentage. So it's get you or don't get you, I guess. That's what you want. Dale, today's also a great day before we get into football. If you need me this weekend, other than the ASU game, other than SCA tonight, I will be unavailable. Black Ops 7 comes out today, Dale. Going to pick up my copy on the way home as soon as I leave here. Go home, stick the disc in, do my updates, play some new Black Ops today. Call of Duty.
Oh, is that
out
what
today.
it is?
Yes,
okay.
Out today.
It's not a new movie?
No. This is the game. Black Ops 7 is out today. So if you need Ethan's going to be unavailable, except for the ASU game. I'm shocked he's going to the ASU game tomorrow.
Because of the Black Ops?
Because of playing Black Ops, yeah. I go, the game will be there for you on Sunday, buddy.
How much different can they make these things?
Oh, they're so much fun. Different maps, guns. So much fun, Dale. So much fun. You'd enjoy them if you want. If you ever had fun in your life, you'd watch wrestling and play some. I think
the last video game I played was Miss Pac-Man.
Sounds about right. Which could be fun. I have a gaming thing, like one of those old Pizza Hut gaming things in my house, like a big one. It's on a stool. It goes like 4 feet up. One of those has all those old school games on them. It's so much fun to play, man.
Is that in your extra bedroom?
No, it's in my living room, collecting dust now. But it's got all the old. You got some Neo Geo games on it and stuff like that. It's like 1,100 games on it, something ridiculous like that. You never have so much fun playing those old school
Oh, yeah.
Pac-Man and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ninja Gaiden and those types of games.
They have Galaga?
Oh, of course. Tron's on there. Yep, it's fantastic. You enjoy it. I was shocked. My kids play it a lot. They played it a lot. As you've had it. I've had it for a few years now. People play it less and less and less. But for a while, I was shocked. My kids love those old 2D games. Remember, you can only move up and down.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic. Fantastic thing. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should bring it in here. We should have a game tournament. We'll pick a game and then we'll play it and see who gets high scores. We'll have a get together on that.
Yeah, then you never get any work done.
It sits in my house and I don't play it and I don't get work done.
Yeah, but if it's here, you'd be distracted.
That's the problem. I'd be like, oh, Dale, take over the show. I got to go. It's my turn. It's my turn here on Pac-Man. I got to go. So college football weekend.
Wait, before we get there real quick, do you see where starter for BYU got arrested for a DUI?
Basketball team, right?
Basketball.
Yeah, I know. And he's played for them. He's not a bench guy. Yeah. Okay, DUIs are bad enough. But he will not be on the BYU-based basketball team anymore because of the school code of conduct.
Yes.
Did you see the Baylor president, who's also the college football president?
Yeah, stepped down.
But it's because he's breaking the school. Baylor's a religious school.
Yeah.
And he had a relationship outside of things you're not supposed to have in religious schools, and that's his problem.
Huh.
Yeah, he didn't do anything like murder somebody like usually happens at Baylor. He didn't do that.
Oh.
Didn't do any other scandals or anything. But yeah, broke the school's code of conduct. That's what pushed him out. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen to this kid at BYU. Yes. You saw it with the quarterback last year.
Yep.
Went to Tulane, stuff like that. Yep. If you're even prone to having a vice out there, whatever it is, smoking, drinking, why do you even look at a school like BYU?
Oh.
Like unless you're just not into that stuff, you could look at a school like BYU, Baylor, stuff like that. Other than that, why are you looking at them? Because you know what you're doing.
Well, I think I've told you the story before. I mean, I dipped Copenhagen for
so you
30 years.
You wouldn't have fit into Baylor.
And they were recruiting me.
Baylor?
No, BYU.
Well, that was back when. I don't know how Jim McMahon survived.
Yeah, but and he was just a little bit before me. But I mean, when I went up there to play in a basketball tournament, couldn't find any Copenhagen.
Yeah, Provo's another place, man.
Yeah, and so I quickly took them off my recruiting list.
Yeah. Oh, you would have been kicked out of school if they caught you with that. Yeah. However you feel about it, it's just the code of, every school has a code of conduct. Just some are stricter than others. Baylor's one of those that has that code of conduct as well.
Yes.
It's not. Look, if the president's getting knocked out, what do you think the students are gonna do? I mean. Apparently Baylor lets murder happen, but other than that, they're
all right. Get to football.
They're fine. I don't want to keep knocking Baylor for that.
Well, that happened like back in 2000. Jeez, let's.
Well, you were safe enough to send Kendall there, your daughter there.
Yeah, she got a great education, great time.
Well, then they had all those sexual assault stuff. Was that when Kendall was there, or was that after she left?
I think it was getting over when she got there.
You're like, now it's a safe school to go to because now they're back to not allowing that to happen. They allowed the fun to happen and now it's gone.
It's a pretty campus
in Waco.
Yes.
Okay, I still don't believe you. I'm gonna have to check that out one day because I've been to Waco and it's.
It's gotten better since that. What was that? The Gaines family, Joanna, and what's his face?
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but I know what you're talking about
that TV show.
Yeah.
Money.
I'm talking like 20 years ago was when I was in Waco, and I was just even like people. The person that went with me was from Texas, and they were like, it just sucks going to Waco, man. This is terrible.
But my last two schools were Baylor and SMU, and one of the reasons I did not go to Baylor was because of Waco.
Yeah. Okay. So you're on board with me.
Yeah.
So it's
the campus
changed.
I said is really pretty.
It's like Arizona. University of Arizona is a really pretty campus. The problem is the second you step foot off of it, it's gross and disgusting.
But they can play football.
And I'm just talking about the co-eds there.
They can play football and they can play basketball.
Can they play football? So I was doing, there's a big matchup this weekend in college football, besides the ASU West Virginia game and the Arizona Cincy game. And it's Notre Dame at Pittsburgh. Notre Dame's ranked 9th. Pittsburgh is ranked 22nd in the country.
Okay.
I saw a little blurb. One of the Barstool guys there did a little blurb on Pitt and piqued my interest. So I looked into this a little bit more and everything. Of all the teams, of all the colleges that have NFL Hall of Famers that went to that school, Notre Dame has 14. Southern California has 14. Michigan has 11. That doesn't shock you, right?
Right.
Ohio State only has 10. They got a couple more that'll be hitting that soon. Michigan obviously has Brady that'll hit soon as well, right? Stuff like that. Miami, Florida has 9. Alabama only has 8. That's kind of shocking.
Hall of Fame. You're talking about Hall of Fame.
NFL Hall of Fame. Yeah. Not pros,
Uh.
actual NFL Hall of Famers, right?
Okay.
And stuff like that is what we're looking at. I mean, teams like, great schools like Arizona State have 5. How many
What are you going to tell me? You're telling me Pittsburgh's got 10?
Southern Methodist, by the way, they have a few. Not as many as you think.
That seems probably, what, 3?
5, I think, is what it
Okay.
is. I'm finding. I have to scroll down. 5, yeah. Raymond Berry, Eric Dickerson, no shocker there. Forrest Gregg, Lamar Hunt, Doak Walker.
Okay.
I'm surprised that a few more of those guys, Hellestrate, didn't make the NFL Hall of Fame.
Still waiting.
Then my other favorite part is St. Bonaventure has one. St. John's, Minnesota has one.
In football?
Yeah, football. They're old. They're old. Terrell Owens, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Not even the real University of Tennessee. There's some junior colleges on here. Wharton County Junior College in Texas has one.
Really?
Cliff Branch made it to the NFL Hall of Fame. So when you get to those small schools, you get to like the older players. West Los Angeles Junior College. They're attributed to one NFL Hall of Famer, folks. Now he went to a couple different schools. I'll preface it with that, but they credited him with Warren Moon. This is the NFL Hall of Fame that's giving me these stats.
Yeah.
They credited Warren Moon to West Los
You have
Angeles
to pick
Junior
one.
College. Why would you pick that one? Was that the highest one he went to? But yeah, no. In all seriousness, I was floored by this. And this school has another one coming up. Larry Fitzgerald. Pitt, they have 10. They're tied with Ohio State at 10.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Dan Marino obviously is one of them.
Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett obviously is 2. Who else you got?
That's right. I mean, are they old timers?
Not all of them.
Because they were really good in the 70s.
Yes. Well, that's where you get back into the
Marinos and the Dorsets.
Yes. Chris Dolman. Mike Ditka.
That's right.
Yeah, Mike Ditka went to Pitt, folks. Jimbo Corvert, so that's an older one as well.
I did not know if he was in the Hall of Fame.
But even at your level here, I mean, Russ Grimm, your playing times.
Yeah.
Russ Grimm from the Hogs there, of course, did some coaching afterwards. Ricky Jackson as well. But then you get to the newer guys. I had no idea Darrelle Revis went to Pitt.
Neither did I.
Yeah, Darrelle Revis went to Pitt as well. And then Curtis Martin. Pitt as well. 10. Pitt has 10. Has Pitt, other than the 70s, has Pitt ever been good? In my lifetime, Pitt hasn't been good. Ever. They pop their head up every once in a while. And they make some noise, but they're still not a team that you go, oh, this team's really, really good. They have 10 NFL
They're
Hall
always
of
a
Famers.
little sister of the poor compared to Penn State.
Yes.
When you
But
get-
even when they play West Virginia, they struggle against them a lot of the years. West Virginia was always a little bit better in that rivalry as well. But yeah,
That's crazy.
Pitt has 10. I was floored by this weekend because I've never in my life, I know their history with, like I said, Dan Marino and all that, but I was floored by that. Because then, like I said, Miami, Florida only has 9. Think of all the people that went through Miami in the 80s.
Right.
Or, Michael Irvin, Ray Lewis.
Well, and they were good in the 90s.
Yeah. And NFL Hall of Famers. They only have 9.
Yeah.
Ed Reed.
Ray Lewis.
The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Well, is he in the other Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I don't know yet because is he retired? I don't know if he still is. But Pitt has more Hall of Famers than Miami does, folks.
That's crazy.
So this weekend they have Notre Dame coming into town at Pitt this weekend. They play at whatever the Steelers' home field is called now. Is it still called Heinz Field? I don't think it is it?
No, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, but they're playing there. Notre Dame's going into Pittsburgh. Is this a letdown game? Notre Dame is a team that they're always highly ranked, no matter what, but they haven't played a hard schedule this year. Is Pitt going to upset them this weekend, Dale?
No. I don't think it's a game that they overlook. I think.
I don't think they overlook it because they're going to Pitt. 10 a.m. kickoff our time. Acrisure Stadium is what it's called now. Notre Dame's 12.5-point favorites. Does Pitt stick its head up here with those ugly yellow and blue uniforms?
No. I mean, if we're picking that game, I'm picking Notre Dame.
No, we're picking that game.
Yeah, but why don't you take Pitt?
Because I don't think Pitt can do it.
I mean, 10 Hall of Famers.
No, Dale, you're not getting my gist of this conversation. Pitt has always sucked in my lifetime. Always. One, they're ranked 22. And then two, they have 10 NFL Hall of Famers that have come from that school. I am floored by this. I am not on Pitt's side in this conversation as well. I'd like to see number 9 Notre Dame falter a little bit here in this game, but I don't think they're going to. Big game here for Pitt coming up as well. So incidentally, this is what hurts. Now, when Notre Dame played Miami to start the season, Miami was ranked 10th. Obviously, Miami has fallen off a lot since then.
Right.
Then they lost to Texas A&M, who's 3 in the country right now. So that's not a bad loss at that point, right? And back then, Texas A&M was only 16th or 15th. But then they played Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, USC, who was ranked 20th when they played them at that time, and they won that game. Then Boston College, and then Navy. Then they got Pitt this weekend, Syracuse, and then Stanford. At some
playoffs, here we come.
At some point, and a highly ranked playoff team too, by the way. At some point, these independents have to start playing some good teams, don't they?
But again, you look at it and go, okay, well, Boise State. Well, 3 years ago, when the schedules were made, 5 years ago, Boise State was a good football team.
Boise State's still a step down
Boise State was a really good football team. Arkansas, SEC,
garbage.
Having to play Vanderbilt. Come on. No, what I don't like is when these schedules have been made 10 years in advance, and you don't know what the school is going to be like.
Yeah. But I mean, Boise State, I don't care. Even Boise State last year, Notre Dame should go in and wax. They showed that in the playoffs.
They were a playoff team.
Yeah, because they didn't play anybody. Good. And then when they finally did, they lost in the first round.
Kind of like ASU.
But ASU played hard. Went for cover 0 at the end. They were going to beat Texas.
Hard.
Stupid cover 0.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see with Notre Dame coming up there as well. But we got some big numbered matchups this weekend. You got Oklahoma, who's ranked 11th, at number 4, Alabama this weekend. DeBoer has found his footing here in Tuscaloosa. DeBoer. What'd I say? DeBoer. Yeah, I got to say it all fancy because it's Alabama. It's Alabama, and they'll be like, ugh, fancy. We're going to say Target next. So Target. Oklahoma, Alabama this weekend. He's found his footing. Ordinarily, if this was last year, I'd say Oklahoma's upsetting Alabama this weekend.
Yeah.
But he's found his footing. He's the team is playing really well. Their quarterback there at Alabama is playing well right now as well. I think Alabama wins this game against Oklahoma for a late afternoon game. There in
nationally
Alabama.
Televised. SEC. All eyes riveted.
So I got Alabama winning this game at home.
Yes, I do too.
All right. Then the matchup we've all dreamed of. It's the dream we all dream of. Number 21, Iowa. Number 17, USC, Southern California. I mean, when you look back at the history of time, I just remember my grandpappy It's one of those matchups that he just always talked about, looked ahead to.
They only got to play in the Rose Bowl when you're
and they didn't even do that because one team wasn't good when the other team would make it out there. Yes, interesting enough, Iowa has found some offense here these last couple games. My problem is they're going to Southern California. I think that's not going to be good for them there, and I do think USC wins this game because they're in Southern California.
Well, Iowa's a tough watch.
They found some offense lately, but I agree. But on the road,
yeah. If this was played in Iowa, I'd probably I probably would go with the upset.
It'd be a bigger crowd in Iowa than it's going to be in SC.
I got to go with SC.
You got SC this weekend as well. Then the one I'm looking forward to a lot because everybody's saying Texas is back. Arch Manning's back. Yeah, his shoulder healed and he's able to throw the football again, folks. That's what the difference is. Early in the season, he was hurt and couldn't throw the football, and Texas suffered because of it. 10th-ranked Texas goes, and they play in Athens, Georgia. 5th-ranked Georgia as well here this weekend. I'm looking forward to this for two reasons. One, is Georgia for real? Georgia scares me a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, Alabama, Georgia, they're 4-5 in that college football playoffs, and to me, you could interchange those two teams. I'm not for sure Alabama's for real, and I'm not for sure Georgia's for real. But I'm really not sure what Texas is. They've gotten back into this by winning some winnable games that they've done. Texas has looked well. Last time, though, Texas plays a team like Georgia, they've gotten their face smacked in this year. So is Texas for real right now, or are they going up against Georgia and going to get their face smacked in there in Athens? I'm going with the latter there. They are going to get their face smacked in. Physicality of Georgia is going to win this game for Georgia this weekend. I got Georgia beating Texas.
No love for Arch?
Nope.
You just said he's all healed up. He's ready to go, ready to throw the ball around the yard.
Let me tell you here. Sorry, I pulled up the Georgia one. While you're making fun of me for my picks. By the way, I've won the last several weeks by a landslide. Last week we tied with no losses there. Yeah. Here's Texas's schedule here. Of course, they lost to Ohio State where he got hurt. They beat San Jose State. Whew. I mean, those Spartans.
Tough.
Then they had to have UTEP leave El Paso and go to Texas to play them. They won that game. Woo! And then I don't know how Texas did this. They don't get enough credit for beating Sam Houston in that game either. I mean, that was just an unbelievable win for Texas there. Then they beat Florida when Florida was obviously struggling before they fired their coach. Then they beat Oklahoma. Oh, my God. Then they had Kentucky they had to contend with. They had to go all the way to Lexington there in that just football powerhouse Kentucky. Well, then they had to go to Mississippi State there with all the cowbells, and they haven't won a conference game in like 9 years now or whatever it is. They beat Mississippi State.
Well, they beat somebody that I know near and dear to your heart.
And then, I mean, Vanderbilt was right there, made their comeback, and then the refs screwed Vanderbilt and got them the lead, that Texas the game to win it there before they lead into Georgia. My point is, Georgia has not played the caliber of Ohio State, Georgia, since the beginning of the season. This is that type of a game for them here coming up. Can Georgia do it, Dale? I mean, can Texas do it, Dale?
You confused me more when you got done with that stuff. I think the game being in Athens, Georgia, that crowd's very raucous. I don't think Texas can go in there.
I mean, Texas is going to be afraid of the ferns around the field, and I don't know why they would be. So you got Georgia in this game?
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't know if Texas is for real. They've been winning. I know, and I make fun of Vanderbilt a lot. I do like Vanderbilt this year, like last year. I love their quarterback, the way he plays. But Vanderbilt isn't in Georgia's level. And Georgia's more in Ohio State's level than they are anybody else. So that's kind of where my worry is there. Then you got Arizona, the vaunted Wildcats. Everybody loves Brett Brennan now. I read an article yesterday or 2 days ago about how Brett Brennan stopped kissing everybody's butt, which was his problem when he got to Arizona. He was trying to keep all the players there and everything. He stopped doing that, they say, and he's becoming more likable and everything. I still don't think he's a good coach, but they can beat the worst teams in the Big 12, which they have been doing all year long. And then they've, like BYU, they kind of played with them down there in Tucson.
They went to kind of played with them. They went to double overtime.
Kind of played with them down there in Tucson with BYU. Now they got to go to Cincinnati. Early start time here against 25th ranked Cincinnati this weekend. Noah Fifita looked good again. He's looked good again this year. They figured out this offense and have made him look good. 10 a.m. our time kickoff in Cincinnati.
10 p.m.?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
This is an early start, an early kickoff for Arizona down there in Cincinnati. Arizona loses this game. I got Cincinnati winning it, and I got Cincinnati winning it comfortably. And what I mean by comfortably, 10-14 points is what Cincinnati's going to win it by.
Going to be a nice, balmy 66 degrees. So you're avoiding the snow and rain that's coming in on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and next Saturday.
I mean, how much chili is Arizona going to eat before the game? They're going to not feel right. They're not going to feel right with that Skyline chili.
No, the coaches at U of A watch out for their players' tummies, just like Kenny Dillingham does.
They're going to stay an hour outside of Cincinnati so nobody can get the Skyline?
Yes. Nobody's going to Skyline chili. You know what? I just smell an upset. I smell an upset.
Cincinnati's 6.5-point faves.
I can very easily see this happening this weekend where the Wildcats go out there and pull the upset and the Mountaineers come here and pull the upset.
He's calling them both.
I can see it. I'm not saying I'm picking it. I'm saying I can see it.
Well, who are you picking? Arizona or Cincinnati?
Wildcats.
There's no way in hell Arizona's winning this game.
Wildcats. Have you seen Fifita play?
If it was, I watched.
You had Fifita.
I've watched every Arizona game except for one this year. I'm very versed.
If Arizona State had Fifita, they'd be in the national championship conversation.
Without Sam Levitt, absolutely.
No, with Sam Levitt.
Sam Levitt's better than Fifita.
Oh, please.
Sam Levitt's better than Fifita.
You're so ridiculous.
Okay. Then you got Arizona State at home against West Virginia. Homecoming. West Virginia's changed their quarterback a few weeks ago, and they've looked better. They beat Houston right after Houston beat ASU. They beat Colorado last week. They have changed that defense. They stop the run here, which means Jeff Sims is going to have to throw the football or start running again. And West Virginia is coming to this game going, you got to stop number 2 running the football after his last performance out there for him going to this game. No Tyson again in this game. They say he'll be back probably for the Colorado game. No matter. You got Moss, right? You got, those guys there on the receiving core. That'll do all right here for Arizona State.
So, in other words, the only name you can come up with is Moss.
That's the only one I could think of right now. Hamilton will show up and get a couple deep bombs thrown his way. Whether he catches it or not is another story. To me, ASU has to come in, play physical. They have to be able to stop the defense. And that's the difference to me in this game. The run defense for West Virginia is really good right now these last couple of weeks. But Arizona State's defense as a whole. I was interesting listening to Kenny Dillingham this morning on 98.7. I have been hyping up on social media every game and here on Crooks and Rouser for this defense. And even Boogie Wilson. It's Boogie Wilson. I've been hyping those 3 guys up in ASU secondary. They bring the thunder. They bring the hits every game. They set the tone on that defense. Yeah, C.J. Fife gets a lot of the credit. Not a lot of people talk about those 3 guys. Kenny Dillingham mentioned Crooks today, and he mentioned Rouser today as 2 trendsetters there. And he even said they're not getting enough love. Well, Coach, got to start listening to the program again because I'm giving them their love here. And I think they're going to be the difference. The defense is going to be the difference for ASU this weekend. Keep them in the game. Jeff Sims is going to do just enough that ASU wins this homecoming game against West Virginia.
You got Rich Rod coming back into town with some vengeance. And by the way, some of those other receivers that you couldn't come up
Hamilton.
with. You got Jordan Tyson. He still leads with
McLean
with 57 receptions,
more than everybody else.
You got Mateer.
The tight end. Yeah,
he's got 31.
Yeah, he's good. I like him. He's my
You
favorite.
got your boy Malik McLean.
Since Jordan Tyson's been out, he's been the number 1 guy.
Yeah, 15 catches.
Yep.
Yeah, 15.
Been the number 1 guy since
15.
Jordan went out.
Raleek Brown, he's got 30 catches for
it's out of the backfield.
110 yards.
Yeah.
Please. He averages more yards rushing than receiving. Jaron Hamilton, 6.
He's a deep baller.
I've heard everybody
bust.
talk about Derek Eusebio. He's got 9 catches.
He's disappeared since that early blip earlier in the season.
Jalen Moss, he's got 7 catches.
Always hurt.
Boy,
Just hit or miss with him as well.
Cameron Harpole, another tight end. He's got 10 catches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that vaunted wide receiving core.
Whose wide receiver core
goodness.
is getting deeper here? Cardinals or ASU is the question.
You know what? Just for the fun of it, give me the Mountaineers from West Virginia.
I'm going, and the other thing is I hate Rich Rod. I can't stand him.
He's not a good guy.
No, not at all. Well, did you see his press conferences to start the season where he's like, you're going to do it my way. And I'm like, that ain't going to work in today's college football, buddy. But you have to give them credit. These last 2 games, they've turned it around. For West Virginia. So you're going West Virginia this weekend. I do think it's going to be a tougher game than ASU than a lot of ASU fans think it's going to be. ASU's 10.5-point favorites right now. Worries me a little bit.
Look out, Stevie.
The spread worries me. I think ASU wins the game. And I'll say this also. If it starts raining and ASU loses this game, don't even reach out to me. I'm going to be one grumpy son of a gun. Just telling y'all right now. Telling you right now. When we come back, do we have to take a break?
Yes, we got to take a break, Steve, because I got my NFL picks coming.
There you do.
Feel a perfect week.
Hey, Dale, stop putting out report cards on how I do around here, would you? It's embarrassing. I need you to stop it.
So I'm going to do a rain dance at about 1 o'clock.
Come on back, folks. Main event, NFL next. And we're back here. Robert chimes in. You guys text us 623-252-6670. And, of course, hit us up on X as well. Robert says at TME Sports Show. He says, didn't Warren Moon go to Washington? Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know why they credited that to a junior high school. Warren Moon. That's what I was kind of hinting at there. Like, that's interesting. They gave it to
you see
West
some of those
Los
guys
Angeles
on
High School.
the NFL when they do their intro high schools. And,
Some people do elementary schools and stuff. I don't know. That was directly from the NFL Hall of Fame page, so I don't know why they did that. A lot of players have asterisks next to their names, which means they went to multiple schools, and a lot of them with those smaller schools had an asterisk. So they started at a small school and then probably community college, right, and then moved up from there. That's an interesting thing. Maybe I'll have to email somebody and ask why they did that, because I am curious. And then also, Robert says, after going 0-5 last week, picking dogs is a bold move. We went 5-0 last week, both of us. We both picked well last week.
yes.
We picked all the same, and we both went 5-0 last week as well. Look, Dale's tired of tying me. He'd rather go back to losing against me, Robert. So that's his strategy this week. He's tired of just tying me.
I'm kind of just hoping. Because I just know how miserable you'd be on Monday morning if it rained in the fourth quarter and the Sun Devils lost.
I might be over by Monday morning. I doubt it. Like, don't make me uncomfortable and then suck on top of it. If I'm uncomfortable in the stands and I hate it, I hate every second of it. There's a reason I live in Phoenix, folks, is I hate the rain. I hate being in the rain, period. I hate it. I hate drops hitting me, everything. There's a reason I live here. And I have to deal with this now. Ugh, I'm dreading it. I'm dreading every second.
We need the rain, Steve. You just take it whenever it comes.
Yeah, rain any other time besides when I have to go to an outdoor event. That's all I ask.
So, in other words, you want all the weather patterns to work around Steve.
Yeah, it's the way it should be. I'm going to get with China and figure out how they manipulate the weather over there. And so I can do it over here just to keep me safe and good as well. In the NFL news, this is how petty and stupid your NFL owners are, folks. They're such giant crybabies. Billionaires that act like crybabies out there, Dale. The NFL, how dare you embarrass us because we suck at what we do and don't give you the ability to do your job at the best that you can do. The NFL has filed a grievance against the NFLPA over that survey that they do, the report cards for every team. Of course, these are the ones where Michael Bidwell in February finished dead last, 32nd, uneven weight room floor. You know, family practices were horrible and all of that stuff and everything. So the NFL went out there and they found a CBA clause out there, Article 51, Section 6. And that area of the CBA says that it requires the NFLPA and League Management Council to use reasonable efforts to curtail public comments by club personnel or players which express criticism of any club. Seriously, have you ever seen billionaires need their diapers changed more often than NFL owners, Dale?
It's kind of a sad state of affairs because guess what? I think a lot of what's going on with the Cardinals and their new practice facility and all that has to do with this.
100%. Because he's been saying last year when it came out in February, he was all, we've already got the plans up for our new weight room and everything. And then all of a sudden he bought this land and he's building a new one now. Because even he was like, we're not going to be able to upgrade this properly. What's wrong as a boss, to sit back and go, and incidentally enough, Woody Johnson is the one complaining the most vocally about it from the ownership side. He finished 29th last year.
Well, I was going to say, if it was Michael Bidwell who was saying it.
Yeah, I bet you the Dolphins owner, the Vikings owners, the Home Depot guy down there in Atlanta that owns the Falcons, even Mark Davis, I bet you they're like, yeah, we're cool with this report because they were 1 through 4. I bet you, I want to know who the specific owners are besides Woody Johnson filing this complaint because, I'm sure the Hunts are not happy with it because, they famously have always skimped on that stuff. Now they're building some new ones. They are actually building it, unlike the Cardinals. They finished 26 last year and stuff like that. But it's just like, isn't that what the players need to do to kind of get things to improve? Because let's ask this question. Would Michael Bidwell be building this new place if a report card didn't come out and embarrass him every year?
I would think not.
It's been, how many years has it been that the Cardinals have had substandard stuff? You were a free agent at one time. You talked to people that played for the Cardinals and everything. They've always been behind the 8 ball on this stuff. Always. There hasn't been a year they haven't been, from Pops owning it to now Michael owning it, and they've never once tried to improve it at all. Now all of a sudden they're like, well, we should improve it. But that's the problem. The NFLPA is making the owners spend money to improve it, and billionaires don't like to spend money on the help.
It's interesting because at the NFL League meeting in March, New York Jets chairman Woody Johnson, well, I almost said Woody Harrelson.
Don't insult Woody Harrelson like that. National treasure.
Who, along with Art Rooney, Steelers, Robert Kraft, Patriots, Bidwell, Cardinals, and Tepper of the Carolina Panthers, received ownership grades of D or worse.
25th was the Panthers. Steelers were 28th. Jets 29th. Robert Kraft was 31st, and the Cardinals were 32nd.
And they called the survey totally bogus.
Yeah. So the guys that refused to spend the money on their team to make them successful were the guys complaining.
But what name doesn't fit in that group?
Rooney?
No.
Oh, Kraft?
Yeah.
No, see, that's okay.
That name does not fit in there.
Okay, so that's the interesting thing about Robert Kraft. He's like Jerry Jones, where he's thought of where he'll put anything into his team.
Yeah.
That's actually hasn't been the case. Perceptionally, he's that way.
Different.
But he's not that way. He'll put all the money into the stadium stuff. He'll do that stuff. But again, the practice facility, the weight rooms, and the things, the player stuff. I've heard the player situation there isn't very great from some people that I know that have played in that stadium and stuff like that. But that's that's what they get ranked on. But I agree with you, crowd. Even the Rooneys don't, in my eyes, don't. Rooneys take care of everybody. They have for a whole time, But I mean, like Kansas City, if you don't know, they have to go like half a mile from their locker rooms to the stadium and stuff like that. Like it's not in the stadium. And Hunt's like, yeah, we're not. Oh, everybody's fine with it. We're not improving that. It's just you're asking these owners to pay for stuff. They've been embarrassed now, and so now they want to cry about it, like little babies with diapers that are full. Don't you dare him! Don't. The help's embarrassing us again, Commissioner. Can we file a grievance against them? Find something in the clause, Commissioner. We pay you millions of dollars to protect us from this nonsense from the help. And then they wave their hands off.
Well, again, just one of those things. Aren't there bigger fish to fry and there bigger things to worry about?
That's why I'm being sarcastic when I say they're just giant crybabies. But it literally looks like you're a giant crybaby, Mr. Bidwell. While you're up there collecting all your community awards, while you're, abusing your staff and everything, and not giving your team the benefits and the stuff they need to be successful. And then at the same time, you're now crying because you got embarrassed by a study. And it's not like the players made it up. Because if they made it up, Bidwell can be like, what are you guys talking about? Look at this state-of-the-art locker room I have. But have you seen Michael Bidwell do that? Have you seen Michael Bidwell go, guys, look at our locker room and how spacious and great it is? No, because it's probably trash. Like the players didn't make it up. But he's mad he has to go spend the money now to fix it and make it better. Because of his perception. So he can get another award of how great he is. Michael Bidwell's owned this team for how many years?
Hold on. Woody Johnson said he took issue with how the union collected the information and who they collected it from.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a player. Who do you want it collected from?
You don't get information from the help, Dale. No. Woody Johnson's sitting here. This would be like he would fire his maid right now if she dared spoke up like this. How dare these players speak up against me, the great Woody Johnson? I was born into this wealth with Johnson & Johnson. Don't you guys know who I am? I'm Woody Johnson. The help don't need to speak about me.
Oh, goodness.
It's so ridiculous and stupid.
Yeah.
It's just, I know billionaires don't give a damn what I have to say about them. But for the love of God, have some self-respect and stop looking like giant crybabies.
Don't you go to your PR guy and go, okay, I'm thinking about coming out with this. And he's going to go, not a good look.
Yeah, did no other owner go, sit down and quit crying, you babies? Do you think the Vikings owner hurled that across the room?
We're not going public with this, you idiots. Just improve your facilities.
Exactly. Can you guys look, you guys are already embarrassing with your 3-win record, and you guys had a tamper for Jonathan Gannon. We're not putting this out, dude. Sit down.
Wow.
It's so stupid. So that's happening behind the scenes.
Okay.
The only thing stupider is the YouTube TV ESPN battle right now. They're $2 trillion valuation companies arguing over pennies. Not even thinking about their consumer
somebody was
base.
telling me last night that ESPN is losing like $20 million or Disney.
I did that story on the business show there. Yeah, Disney's $30 million a week, $4.5 million a day. YouTube TV is the third biggest distributor of the ESPN channels. Yeah, of the Disney channels. Yeah, and it's not a small amount. We're talking millions and millions of people they're affecting here, and they don't care because they want their money.
Right.
I even saw Disney at one point in this battle, like first week, said they actually said it on the record. Google's a $3 trillion company, and they're fighting with us over a few $1 million. Like literally, somebody at Disney said that publicly.
Wow.
That's the old, we make a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money. Patrick Ewing back in the day. I just in NFL, I just don't. I hope, Dale, when I become a billionaire one day, I just don't make stupid things like this where I cry about people.
Oh, you will. You'll become one of them faster than anybody.
I wouldn't do it publicly. I'd do it behind the scenes. Oh no, I'd be pulling somebody aside, going, "Somebody solve this. This helps. The help's speaking back to me again." But it would be between me and like my best person that I know would keep it a secret. It wouldn't be public, that's for sure. So, Cardinals have a decision with Kyler Murray before we get into our picks here real quick. So I've been looking into it. College quarterbacks. What are your options for drafting, Dale? Getting rid of Kyler Murray this year, which I believe they're doing. They're going to do it. They're going to have to do it. I also don't think there's a trade out there. They're going to have to cut Kyler Murray in order to get rid of him. That's my thoughts right now. Nothing's changed my thoughts if I've looked into this. But really quick, I saw this this Athletic article here on quarterbacks they re-ranked. ESPN re-ranked every Power 4 quarterback after they since the season started.
Right.
Here are the top quarterbacks. Now, not all of them are draft eligible, so keep that in mind. But tell me if you want any of these quarterbacks starting for your NFL team. We'll just do top 5. Julian Sayin, Ohio State.
No.
Now he's young. He's got time to mature still, right?
Right.
Not eligible. Haynes King, Georgia Tech. I've not seen Georgia Tech play, but I'm going to go with no. Knowing that offense, I'm going to go no, right? No. It doesn't excite me. Fernando Mendoza. Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe not in your top 5 pick, but if you can get him at mid-first round, end of first round, maybe. Might be a guy you take a flyer on to get in. Diego Pavia. Love me some Pavia. No. I want him nowhere near my NFL team. He doesn't have the talent, folks. Then the other top 5, Jaden Maeva there at USC.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Does not really excite me.
That's just the top 5 of re-ranking. By the way, Noah Fafita ranked 31st. They didn't do, because he's hurt, they didn't do anybody hurt. That's just who's starting this weekend. They had Jeff Sims at number 51, by the way, just on this list for those of you that know. So then I went, well, what college quarterbacks are eligible for the draft? That's your top 5 on listing there. So if you're eligible for the draft and you're not in that top 5, okay. The slim pickings here this year for for quarterback drafting is kind of what I'm getting at here, folks.
Well, and some of those guys can go back to school, and if you're not going to be a first-round draft pick, why not go back and make $5 million as a college quarterback?
So the Athletic did one on quarterbacks coming out and kind of how they rank. Fernando Mendoza, they have as number 1 quarterback. And like I said, okay, I wouldn't take him in the top 5, maybe top 10. Unless I needed a quarterback, but I'd take him in the middle of the first round, end of the first round, if I needed a quarterback and take a flyer on him for a future deal, right? It's kind of what you're looking at. Ty Simpson, Alabama. Dale, you going to take a flyer on Ty Simpson?
No, thank you.
Yeah, he does nothing.
No.
He's stayed there. He's earned his shot. He's been rejected by coaches left and right, gets his shot, and he's performing well. But I don't see him transforming into the pro side. Dante Moore in Oregon. No, thank you. Lenore Sellers from South Carolina. No.
Those are 2 names you keep hearing, too.
Yeah, no. Arch Manning, Texas.
He's going back to Texas and making another $5 million.
Yeah. So for those of you going, Kyler Murray's finally gone, we can draft a quarterback. Good luck with that. You're going to be, if you get rid of Kyler Murray, you're going to be going with another Jacoby Brissett type backup, most likely, or you're taking a chance on a guy like a Kurt Warner, or, like a Carson Palmer that you might be like a Joe Flacco type. You're going to go get a quarterback and just hope lightning hits for a year. It's what you're going to have to do with Kyler Murray leaving this team coming up. So I don't mean to dash people's dreams here on the quarterback situation for the Cardinals, but it's more dire than you think it is going forward. Hey, Buccaneers play the Bills this weekend in Buffalo. I'm worried about the Bills. I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs, but I'm worried about the Bills. They're missing a defense, which we saw last year in the playoffs as well. Now the offense isn't clicking like it should. Buccaneers been playing well. They've had a couple hiccups here. I really love the Baker Mayfield and the way that offense is running. Buccaneers defense is really good. Both teams are 6-3. I'm going Buccaneers this weekend, Dale. In Buffalo. Weather's not going to be terrible from what Lou said yesterday.
Now, is Lou always correct?
He studies that weather like a madman, man. He checks out wind patterns. He'll zoom in on the stadium and see how the wind patterns expected to be. I'm not kidding, folks. He really does that out there. So I think there'll be a wind, but I'm not worried about that with the Buccaneers because Rachaad White, the ex-ASU running back, of course. Go Devils. And, the Buccaneers have a running game, so I'm not necessarily worried about that. The defense is what's going to set them apart in my eyes.
Tomorrow, 90% chance of rain, sleet, snow, and then just a big wind thing on Sunday.
Yeah.
Chance of precipitation. Come on, give me. Temperature range from 19 to 37. Wind will make it feel colder than the actual temperature.
Ooh, Tampa up to the cold.
Yeah. Give me Buffalo.
All right. I'm just so negative on Buffalo right now.
You are.
49. I'm sorry, not 40. We'll skip that one there. Seahawks at Rams. To me, I said this with Lou yesterday. This is a pick-em game. Close your eyes, throw a dart, and hope your team wins here. This is two teams. If they're not the two best teams in the National Football League right now, the way they're playing, you're going to be hard-pressed to find somebody to overtake those two, in my eyes, going into this game. Now, it's in Los Angeles. Rams coming off of that practice game against the Cardinals last week, fairly healthy.
You mean Seattle?
Seattle, excuse me. Then the Rams, just doing what the Rams do here coming into this game. This weekend as well. This is a matchup 7-2 that I'm much looking forward to seeing how it plays and everything. To me, though, at home, I love the Seahawks. Part of me favors the Seahawks in this game, but I am going to pick the Rams because they're at home.
Well, Rams are 3.5-point favorites. I would definitely not give 3.5 points.
That's what I said. Yeah, I told Lou yesterday. I'm shocked this isn't a 1.5 point. Yeah. Now it moved to the Rams. It opened, I think, at 2.5, and it moved to the Rams there. So people are putting money on the Rams to move it to that 3.
What does that tell you?
I mean, well, if you're Lou, go with the Seahawks.
Well, that's you're sitting there going all of the people theory.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think this is a pick 'em. I literally am. I have no idea.
And I think that Seattle defense, I just think they forced maybe one more mistake from the Rams, and the Rams forced on Seattle. Give me Seattle and my boy Samuel Darnold.
To me, that's not a bad pick at all. This is like one of those games where can I just pick them both? I should have left it off this list, but it's an NFC West. It's the game of the weekend in my eyes. Chiefs going to Denver this weekend, and I agree with Lou. He told you guys yesterday as well. I agree with Lou on this. That Broncos defense is going to set this game apart. It might be a low-scoring game as well, but in Denver, and Denver hasn't beaten the Chiefs in Denver in forever and all that stuff. But I'm going Broncos in this game. I think the Broncos beat the Chiefs, and you'll see some consternation around Kansas City here coming up as well.
I think this is time of the year where, for the last 6-7 years, we've always kind of, you hear all that talk, is Kansas City done? Is Kansas City done? And Andy Reid wakes up from his hibernation.
It's worse this year because they're 5-4. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. And I don't think you can ever bet against Patrick Mahomes in a situation like this. Give me the Chiefs and twice on Sunday.
All righty. I think Chiefs, they've come off some pretty hard opponents lately as well, and Denver Broncos defense hopefully will do that. Lions-Eagles, Sunday Night Football. In this one, this is interesting. Eagles have a lot of This noise around the Eagles with A.J. Brown seems worse than it has seemed in years past.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe there's a divorce coming between the Eagles and A.J. Brown, but it won't happen until after the season. I think Jalen Hurts. I think the head coach is tired of talking about A.J. Brown every week and what he says and his attitude and all of that stuff. That being said, they're at home coming up here. Lions making some changes, not happy with the way the offense is playing. Dan Campbell taking that over. I'm going to go, and I'm going to take my chance. I've faltered on the Lions a few times this year where I've gone against them and been burned by it in my picks on the road. I'm going to pick the Lions in this game. I think the physicality for them is going to go in Sunday Night Football and beat the Eagles.
Let me see here. What's the weather going to be like in Philadelphia?
It's at 8:20 p.m. on Sunday night.
Sunday night, again, windy. Lows in the high 30s. Around 6 p.m. It's going to be down mid-30s. Detroit, an indoor football team.
They live in the cold.
No, there's one thing living in it when you put a jacket on. And you got
every man's team.
You got the automatic thing. At least when I lived in Buffalo, I had to go out of my apartment, start my car, go back in to get it warmed up. Now you just stand in your house and dink, dink.
Yes.
Starts up.
Yes.
I don't like Philadelphia's trajectory.
Well, I'll give you some more stats here as well that I wasn't going to do till you pick, so I don't want to influence you. The running game of the Lions is really good, and the Eagles' run defense is not good this year. They're about average this year with all of the losses they've had on defense. And I think Gibbs and I think, holy cow, I just forgot the other running back's name. I think they're going to run all over the Eagles in this game, and they're not going to be able to be stopped. I think that and the defense is going to be the difference. The hard hitting of the Lions defense.
I think that combined with at some point the BS in the locker room starts catching up with you.
But every time we say that, the Eagles win and they go win a Super Bowl.
I know. I know.
It feels different this year with A.J. Brown. You can see the annoyance on the head coach and the quarterback's faces when they get asked the questions during the week off of, A.J. Brown saying this and A.J. Brown saying that. You can feel it. You can see it in their answers. And you didn't notice that before.
Having said all that, one of my favorite coaches in the league is your boy up in Detroit. Just read an article about how his team loves him.
They
do. Dan Campbell.
They're knee biters.
Ankle biters.
Oh, wait. No, he said.
No.
Was that what it was? Did he say ankle biters?
It's ankle. Come on, Steve.
He said knees.
Come on, Steve. Give me the Detroit Lions.
Then we got finally Cardinals playing the 49ers this weekend. Brock Purdy's back for the 49ers, so they're getting some help back. I don't know if that's an upgrade over the way that now, the reason why they made a quarterback switch is Mac Jones struggled last week, so it was easy for them to make the switch. You still have Christian McCaffrey. Cardinals' defense is not good. All the injuries they have out there. I don't know who's catching a ball for the Cardinals. Dortch, I love, but he's not catching 40 passes this week and dominating, right? Wilson will catch some passes and that stuff. And you said earlier this week that this is this is a big game for the Cardinals on that front. If the Cardinals go out and get blown out, this coaching staff is definitely – they're not going to be able to sit down or even be in the room. It's going to be so on fire for them in terms of their jobs and things to that effect, especially at home, losing that way. Can you use the injuries as excuses? The other thing that's interesting about the Cardinals this week, watching the press conferences, is when Jonathan Gannon announced that Marvin Harrison had the appendectomy and he's out. And he announced, the other receiver, is out with his broken hand and that stuff. He looked dejected for the first time. He looked like somebody that's been through a ringer and he knows how hard this is going to be this weekend with the injuries alone. Niners are going to win this game, and I have a bad feeling about this. I think the Niners are going to win this game fairly big.
Well, you talk about those when you talk about those wide receivers, not only the couple that you mentioned.
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones with the torn hamstring.
Well, Achilles.
Achilles, I'm sorry. You've got Will Johnson not playing.
Is he officially out?
Well, he hasn't practiced.
Yeah, he's out then.
This far. Then you look at the 49ers. The one name you did not mention.
Well, look at the your you have linebackers out for the Cardinals, and I mean I don't even know who's playing. You and me are going to be called out there. They're going to be calling people in from the stands.
You mentioned Brock Purdy. You mentioned CMC. The one name you did not mention was a little gentleman who's getting back in the swing of things. A guy named George Kittle.
Yeah,
and he's a dynamic tight end. Him and also Ricky Pearsall. I saw him practicing this week.
He's going to be back as well.
So
they're getting healthy. 49ers are getting healthy. Yeah.
And I don't think the Cardinals have a chance. If it gets ugly again, maybe not as bad as last week, I don't think that can happen.
Oh, if they're down 35-38 at home, fire everybody at halftime. Pull your dad's move, man, and just fire him at halftime.
Steve to the locker room.
I'll coach the team for free, Michael Bidwell, for the second half. I can't do any worse. I can't do any worse than Penzing, can I?
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. There's no way that I could possibly find a way that the Cardinals win this game.
I'll put it this way. Last week with the Niners, I thought there was zero chance the Cardinals were beating the Niners, especially with Will out, Max Melton out, and that secondary problems. And then just the way Seattle's defense plays. I was like, there's no way the Cardinals will. I didn't see it as bad as it was, but I was like, there's no way they're winning this game and they're competitive in this game. I just knew it instinctively. I almost feel like this is even more of an uphill battle with the Niners this weekend than I did last weekend. And the Niners aren't as good as Seattle, but they're getting guys healthy back. One positive, maybe, Brock Purdy comes out and struggles. He's missed a lot of time. Maybe he struggles here at the beginning of this game and stuff like that, and gives you some momentum. But again, what are you doing on offense? Who's your running backs and who's your receivers this weekend? I don't mean to knock them, but you're missing your big name guys.
The thing that got you so out of whack with Seattle was the 2 sack fumble touchdowns.
Yes.
Those are usually a sack, you punt, at least they have to drive down the field, whatever. But
Thank God Fred Warner's out this weekend. Can you imagine if Warner was playing? Fred Warner? Anyway.
So give me the 49ers.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. I'm just looking it up here real quick because you know what? I did not look at yesterday's injury report who they actually ruled out. Is Corey Simon out as well? Maybe. I mean like B.J. Ojolari, he's not playing this weekend. Walter Nolan, they were practicing. Him and Darius Robinson were practicing yesterday during media time and everything. But how explosive are they going to be with a knee injury for one of them and a calf injury for the other one? It's just not looking good. And I don't think it's going to be as sideways as the Seahawks. It's just going to be an uphill battle here for the Cardinals this weekend as well. So, Ricky Pearsall is activated now officially. Did they do that officially yesterday?
I don't know. I just saw him running around.
He's officially back in the game as well. He's been out since week 4 due to the knee injury. Remember that first game this year, and he just ran circles around the Cardinals, and we were all like, could we have drafted him instead of Marvin Harrison Jr. As well? So the Niners are getting healthier. Cardinals are getting more injured. Ugh. Dear God, save us all. Robert, of course, text us 623-252-6670. Anytime you're listening to us over the weekend, have thoughts about the Cardinals game, hit us up on @TME Sports Show as well. Robert, on that 0-5 last week, he goes, that's right. How in the hell did I miss a whole week? I feel you, Robert. This week has just been out of whack, partly for me because of my Monday and Tuesday schedule out there. And then he also says, Robert Kraft makes sense in terms of how I said how he doesn't do the other stuff, He does the facing stuff to give you the perception. He's a big spender, but behind the scenes, he's not. Robert says, Kraft makes sense. I hear massages are expensive. It's not the massages that are expensive. It's the court date afterwards.
I don't think those massages really cost a whole lot.
Yeah, no, it's the legal stuff afterwards that adds up. We'll see how Monday, everybody. Have a good one. The main event. Be safe this weekend.